Well, the play starts with the attempted throw to Fred Stamps, who turns upfield. On the scramble, Ricky Ray rolls his way, he goes deep, but he finds himself surrounded by Jonathan Hefney and Javon Johnson, who comes up with the terrific pick. Now at the end of this play, Stamps goes to make the tackle on Johnson. Hefney and Joe Lobendon both get involved and give him a pretty good shot. Stamps retaliates, and that's certainly one of the flags as he gets into it with Lobendon.
3 roughing penalties as Reed romps for another first down. There were 3 penalties. 2 were against the Eskimos, so 15 yards.
We out here today. They can only stay away from me for so long. They got to come see me.
Javon Johnson, by the way, the founder
of Swaggerville?
and CEO of Swaggerville.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Odell Willis.
The Swami of Swagger.
Indeed. Now, Odell Willis, for those who are wondering, is the mayor.
Okay.
Jonathan Hefney is the chief of police, which begs the question, does Milt Stegall hold an honorary position in Swaggerville Town Hall?
I think Swaggerville actually is Circus Swaggerville. I think it had to start with Milt somewhere earlier. At least it was Stegall. Second down, short yardage plunge. Looks like a first down. Alex Brink coming in the game, and Alex Brink did a terrific job for the Blue Bombers in relief of Buck Pierce a week ago against the BC Lions, the late drive in particular. No Joey Elliott around for Winnipeg, of course, with that knee injury.
But you talk about the change in confidence in this team over the course of the year. A year ago, of course, they had all those close losses, 9 games by 4 points or less. Alex Brink is a perfect poster boy for the changes. He struggled when he saw action last year. Looked like he had it all under control last week.
Pierce in trouble again. Tucks it and takes it, and is knocked into his own bench. On first down. I want to throw a theory by you then. You know, all those close games that the Bombers lost last year, which was a dubious distinction. 9 games losing by 4 points or less. One of the factors in that the Bombers didn't make many changes in the offseason besides going out and getting a defensive coordinator, and a really good one in Tim Burke. Do you think having the same guys around has helped them in those close games because they have a year under their belts and they don't want to go through that again?
Yeah, experience is valuable in any job, but I believe especially in pro sports.
2nd and 9. Little dump pass here. Reed has some room. Nice tackle. Again, J.C. Sherritt holds Fred Reed short of a first down. Bomber kick team will come out and give the ball back to the Eskimos, where time ticks down here on that perfect season. 10 minutes to play. Ricky Ray and the Eskimos are going to have to find a way to get some offensive rhythm. Give up a single point. It makes it an 11-point lead for Winnipeg.
Shop at safe.
Got to protect the football.
Well, absolutely. And the Edmonton Eskimos came into this game with the fewest turnovers in the CFL, only 5 through the first 5 weeks of the season. But now, facing the Winnipeg Blue Bombers defense and a special teams unit that has been outstanding here tonight for the Bombers. Turnovers have been a big factor in the Eskimos being down by 11 points in this ballgame.
Another big factor, this big crowd sellout here in Winnipeg. Ricky Ray needs to quiet them. Pump fake, nowhere to go. Still has no one open, looking for Jason Barnes, but will throw it away. Excellent secondary coverage from the Blue Bombers. They brought it.
Yeah, so much of the talk has been about the Bombers' pass rush being key to their defense. But watch this play. Good protection by the Eskimos up front, but all the receivers are locked down. Ricky Ray's got nowhere to go with this ball, except to his offensive coordinator, Marcus Crandall, on the sidelines. And that's without that man, Doug Brown, on the Bombers' D-line, and Dorian Smith in front of him.
Ray zips one over the middle, and Jason Barnes, watched by free safety Ian Logan.
That's a ball that Jason Barnes wants back. He had that one, took his eyes off it at the last second.
Two and out from the Eskimos. Duvall. He's had a very good night punting the ball. Javon Johnson. And a couple of big hits there. Johnson steps out of bounds. 27-16 Winnipeg, 8:45 to go. The CFL on TSN is brought to you by Wendy's Baconator, the official hamburger of the Canadian Football League.
Well, we know that Jonathan Hefney and Javon Johnson are good buddies, usually working together in the secondary here, working together on the punt return unit. Watch for Hefney, the big knockdown block on Mike Miller on that punt return, trying to help out his buddy Johnson, the returner.
Buck Pierce, 9 straight completions, 8 for 8 this half. A lot of the momentum coming on that scamper by Buck Pierce in the first half for the touchdown. Got Winnipeg into the lead, albeit momentarily. The second half, it's been his arm, and it's been that suffocating Winnipeg defense that has given the Blue Bombers some advantageous field position, not to mention a couple of turnovers. Quick hitter, Terrence Edwards, quickly hit, loses the helmet. TJ Hill, do you have a theory, by the way, on all the helmets that are popping off? Because honestly, it's getting every game, and a lot of people are talking about, you know, maybe the rule has to be a whistle when that helmet is lost immediately so that someone really seriously doesn't get hurt here.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about a rule, but I don't necessarily think it's all about guys not doing them up tight enough. I think there's an issue with the position of the chin straps.
Weldon Brown, got to go a long way, going backwards here. Dragged down. The Blue Bombers continue to feast. Clint Kent downfield. 27-16, they lead at home.
Ticats, Stamps. Tomorrow on TSN and TSN Mobile TV.
While the top two teams continue to slug it out in Winnipeg, Darian Durant and the Riders get ready to take on the BC Lions in Game 2 of our Friday night doubleheader.
BC Lions tonight trying to get in the win column. The Edmonton Eskimos could be in the loss column for the first time. They need a big comeback here. They still have time, plenty of time, 7 minutes. But they have not been able to move the football. Ricky Ray in the air tonight, 11 of 21, hovering near 50%. Un-Ricky Ray-like.
Yeah, well, particularly here in the second half. Ricky Ray just 2 of 5, 19 yards and an interception. A long way from his numbers through the first 5 weeks of the season.
And one reason only for those numbers, especially in the second half. That Winnipeg defense. Whistles. Flag flies. 20-second play clock expired.
Edmonton.
And a timeout. Let's go down to Sarah Orleski on the sideline.
Rod, since partway through that second quarter, we've really seen this Edmonton offense look out of sync. The momentum has certainly shifted into Winnipeg's favor. The crowd has gotten into it. It was a very slow start for them, but the crowd is starting to make a difference here as well now. But as one person with the Edmonton organization put it to me, they are just physically beating us right now.
Yeah, no kidding. There's been a Winnipeg beatdown. Ray. Jason Barnes, big play. Jonathan Hefney supplies the tackle, but near midfield, and there's a way to get the crowd out of it. One of those. They need a few more now.
Yeah, this is exactly what Ricky Ray has needed from his receivers. Deep in route here, coming from Jason Barnes. He pushes Hefney deep, turns it in. Ricky Ray threads the needle between three Bomber defenders. The key is making those tough catches to try and get some momentum.
Fred Stamps, normally the 100-yard guy in a game. It's Jason Barnes tonight. We're likely going to see Stamps though, and Ricky Ray fumbles it. He's hammered, ball loose. Edmonton recovers. Ricky Ray is going to be going to sleep tonight seeing blue and gold.
Well, I've said it over the course of this season, one of the keys to the Edmonton Eskimos resurgence has been the play of Ricky Ray, and he's been confident because he's had protection. When he's getting beaten up like this, it's going to start to affect his play, and that's what we saw over the last couple of years. Time Bryant Turner, who's in at defensive tackle for Dorian Smith, just stepped up and made the play.
2nd and 25 here. Four-man rush for the Blue Bombers. Ray, now Messam with a block, and he runs into his own player and just gets to the initial line of scrimmage. And they'll have to kick it away again, and time is running out on the Edmonton Eskimos.
I like the screen call against what Winnipeg is doing defensively. These are the kind of calls that probably could have helped out a little earlier. The screens, the draws, the things that force pass rushers to think twice before they take off upfield.
Damon Duvall again. Almost had it blocked. Javon Johnson reverses field, cuts back to the 25-yard line. 4.5 minutes remain. Well, you think you know CFL football? Play the TSN Predictor and predict the outcome of CFL matchups for your chance to become a monthly TSN Predictor. Plus, just for playing, you could win the ultimate Grey Cup getaway. Get in the game today at tsn.ca/predictor.
Unnecessary roughness. Edmonton number 20. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Another penalty against the Eskimos. Another 15-yarder gives the Blue Bombers another excellent start here.
Well, the way Buck Pierce is playing in this second half, the last thing you need to do is hand him another 15 yards of free field position.
David Pittman, overly aggressive. We talked about the predictor. If you were able to even predict 50% of the outcomes over these last 5 weeks, you're Kreskin.
I'm sure if you check the internet, which by the way is full of experts,
yes,
there will be a number of people who will claim that they knew exactly how it went through.
20 of 26 is Buck Pierce, 76.9%. Pierce will lose a few seconds off the clock and try to manage it now. Move closer to the Blue Bombers securing their 5th win of this young season. The last time a Bomber team was 5-1, 1987. Before that, 1984, a Grey Cup year. It's their first Grey Cup in some 20 years. Pierce goes deep for Edwards. A little bumping going on down there. He's asking for a call. He will not get it. Bombers will kick it back.
The Bombers aren't taking their foot off that gas pedal a bit, are they? 11-point lead, 3.5 to go, and Buck Pierce is going for the throat. Terrence Edwards wanted the flag. I think it's pretty good coverage by Rod Williams on that play.
That was his first incompletion of the second half with 3.5 to go. And there's still time for these Eskimos. You know, they haven't offered much resistance here in the second half. It's been a brutal second half for them. But never count out Ricky Ray, especially when Fred Stamps is out there and Jason Barnes. Big kick by Renault, his best of the night. Weldon Brown Here's a good return by him. Clint Kent brings him down at the 46-yard line. Elton Brown finally touches the ball on a return. And a great kick by Mike Renaud. It is the 3-minute warning. Do the Eskimos have a miracle comeback in them? The Blue Bombers leading tonight and leading without Doug Brown. Let's go down to Sarah Orlesky.
Well, Rod, I am down here with defensive tackle Doug Brown right now. Doug, it seemed like a very different group in this second half, that defensive line in particular. What have you seen from here on the sidelines?
You know, the guys are just having a lot of fun out there. I think we're going to sell a few Swaggerville t-shirts tonight because these guys are getting after it, and they're an inspired group, and they're really causing fits for the Eskimos right now. So it's a pleasure to watch.
In 15 years of professional football, NFL and CFL included, this is only the 9th game you've ever missed, so it's rare to see you here on the sidelines. I know fans are going to want to know, are you going to be back next week?
I don't know if I'm going to need to come back too soon because we just got another sack and we're dominating tonight. But yeah, it's uncomfortable being over here, but when you see your teammates being as successful as they are tonight, it's real exciting to just be a part of this group.
Thanks for this, Doug.
Thank you.
It's almost unimaginable that the Bombers have been able to do this tonight without Doug Brown, but they have. And Ricky Ray is going to need some ice packs after this ball game. Jerome Messam will bring it to the 50-yard line, and it's getting down to go time for the Eskimos. It's 3rd down, and a punt won't do it. They have to go here with 2.5 to go.
Well, we talked about the marquee matchup in the trenches. Winnipeg D-line versus Edmonton O-line. Winnipeg is winning a clear decision, maybe even approaching a knockout at this point.
29,000 on their feet. Race down again. Penalty flag flies as Ricky Ray is pulverized again. Kenny Maynor in on him again after a sack on the earlier sequence.
Holding Edmonton number 56. That penalty is declined. First down, Winnipeg.
Well, it's not over till it's over. But if this was a fight, you throw in the white towel from the corner.